Just good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AIWF Ringside Wrestling. My name is Mad Matt Carter. I am going to be joined in just a moment by Joey Nuggs, Commissioner Smilin, Diamond Dave, and of course, Commissioner Rick Deezel, who'll be listening in. Good evening, Joey. Good evening, Dave. How are you gentlemen doing on this fine Thursday night?
Doing great, Matt. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm finer than frog hair. I cannot complain at all. How about you, Joey Nuggs?
I am doing just wonderful myself. It's been a gorgeous day. The rain is finally cleared away. And hey, that rhymed today. And hello, everybody out there. Matt Carter, Smiling Diamond Dave. Shout outs to Rick Deezel out there and all the listeners of the podcast worldwide now. We're on every streaming platform you can imagine. Joey Nuggs heard himself on Spotify. It's beautiful.
So even though your mama might not be able to see you on the AIWF network,
she actually heard me on the Spotify. She said, I don't know what this Spotify is, but she heard it on. All the ladies at the Ladies Auxiliary were just at tickle pink to hear their son on the radio.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I guess, we'll get into the slideshow in just a second. We do have big news to cover, and we will after the announcements. For those of you who do not know, we have a new AIWF Mid-Atlantic champion. That is Kevin Phoenix. And speaking of Kevin Phoenix, he did get night one of the 30th anniversary show up on the Roku channel. All right, Kevin, way to go. So I'm congratulating him more for that than I am winning the title, but we'll get into that. There's
all you people out there in radio land that's not heard this podcast before. This is an ongoing saga we have every day here on the show, every week, to find out how much content actually hits the network. So
so we got we got 3 hours worth so this week, so very happy about that. So let's get into the announcements. AIWF, of course, we're putting the headlock on high advertising prices. Welcome Bobby Dalton to the show as well. Good evening, Bobby. As you can see, good, Bobby. As you can see, we have got the rates listed right there for a 30-second to a 1-minute read, which I will demonstrate to you in just a moment. It's $6 a week or $10 a month. You cannot beat that. If you want us to come do a video commercial, sort of like you see for King's Hot Dogs on the Roku channel or on the AIWF Mid-Atlantic Facebook page, that is $20 per week, $30 for the month. So, if you buy by the month, of course, it is a lot cheaper. We want to give you the most value and most bang for your buck that you can get in any multimedia advertising. We will talk about you on Facebook. We'll talk about you on this show. We have this show streams actually on 2 different YouTube channels. It streams on the AIWF Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, which is exclusively this show, but it can be seen on the AIWF, the regular AIWF Mid-Atlantic YouTube channel. So you get the action there, as well as we'll mention you on our Twitter and Instagram accounts as well. So you will get a lot of bang for your buck working with AIWF, no doubt. And you can see the rates there. Of course, if you would like to participate, all you need to do is reach out to us at AIWF20@hotmail.com. And of course, all these platforms that you see listed here on the graphic, plus more coming your way. Best bang for your buck in advertising, no doubt about it, is with the AIWF. And I will tell you, businesses in and around the Mount Airy area up into Virginia, you'll be getting a phone call from us very soon. So hope to have you on board sooner rather than later. And what do you get? Well, like I said, we are on Instagram. We are over 100 followers now. Last check was 104 followers. Let's see if we picked up any today, gentlemen. The Roku channel is, not the Roku channel, the Instagram has really taken off. I've been very pleased with that. Yeah, we're kind of holding strong at 104. So, but follow us, AIWF Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. That is the active Instagram account. And even though it says Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, we cover the entire AIWF. So promoters out there, if you want to put your poster for upcoming shows on the Instagram channel, Not hard. Just reach out to us. I will grab what I can from the AIWF network and the boardroom pages and put it on there. But if you will reach out to me, or reach out, better yet, if you will post your poster in the direct message on the AIWF Mid-Atlantic Facebook channel, that'll be the quickest way I can see it. And I'll get it up on the Instagram feed for you. And of course, if you're working on any of these shows and you want to send me the poster, you can DM me on the Instagram account. We'll be glad to get that up for you. It's free source of advertising for wrestlers and promoters. So come on, use this tool, get yourself over and fatten up that envelope at the end of the night. Now, indie wrestlers like to joke about getting paid with a hot dog and a handshake. Well, if you'd like a little green money to go with that, got to put in the work, man. We've got the platform here for you, but we can't do it all. So we're also on Twitter. As you search AIWF_mid, that's AIWF_mid. There are other AIWF Twitter accounts, but this is the one that's active and is currently being manned. So, or womaned in this case. So that is it. It's AIWF_mid or the Twitter. Now, speaking of advertising, what do you get? Well, you get something similar to this. Our friends at Branch Management, our first sponsor on AIWF Ringside Wrestling, we absolutely love them. They are a tree service that operates in the Mount Airy, Surrey County area of North Carolina. They can help you with branches that are maybe too close to structures, normal pruning, complete tree removal. They also do pressure washing and general landscaping work. They offer very competitive rates and free estimates and are here to serve you. You may be also eligible for a $100 referral bonus. All you have to do is pick up that telephone, dial the number on your screen right now. That's area code 336-325-5300. Again, 336-325-5300. See, I'm reading it twice for the folks listening on the podcast platform.
That's 336-325-5300. Branch Management, serving your needs here in Surrey County.
Yeah, see.
How's that, Matt Carter? That's not as good as your radio voice, but I'm trying, brother.
I was about to throw it to you because I know you like to read telephone numbers too. So.
I do like doing that. You know what? That telephone number sounds like a business number. 5300.
Yeah.
325-5300. Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better telephone number for business.
No, absolutely. So give them a call if you need any landscaping, pressure washing, or tree service work. They will get out there and help you out. Joey Nuggs, give them the number one more time, please, sir.
That's 336-325-5300. Serving all of Surrey County. That's Branch Management. And they do not handle stump remover. But I've been told the referee's wife can handle with her big bucky teeth.
He's talking about Juliana again. Oh,
you know, she confronted me about me saying that she could handle branch management stump removal. Like she took that serious. I mean, okay.
Well, you better watch your back come April 9th. That's all I'll tell you.
You're going to have to anyway.
How about it?
Well, we'll get to that. Let's get into the announcements quick because I got a special treat for you guys. We're actually going to show a match tonight from way back in 1997. I was able to find it digging around on the internet, and I'll give you all the information on how you can watch it because we're not going to use the sound that was recorded that night because it would ask her about bull balls. I've been seeing in the message board.
Yeah, what's up with bull balls? She got some bull balls. I'm gonna have to ask her about it.
Are we hearing that Juliana is a fan of the old mountain oysters, eh?
Oh, bull balls.
Oh, mercy. Well, if that don't provoke her.
Ask her. Bobby knows. Bobby's being quiet.
You guys are digging the hole right there. I'm staying out of it.
I ain't afraid of it.
Well,
I'd have got jumped on by bigger women than her before.
Everybody else is commenting. I might as well throw my 2 cents worth in. You know, somebody in the family's got to have them. We know the referee don't.
I can't help but laugh. I'm sorry. That's funny.
I want to know if she can count past 3 because she sure can't.
Oh, mercy. Had to give him one of the most sopranos. Oh.
If she quits chewing on that bone long enough, that nice necklace I gave her, I know it's got some chew marks on it.
I'm just still wondering why she still wears it at every show. I don't think she understood that it was an insult. I think she actually thought it was a real gift.
Bulldog got her a treat. She's going to hold on to it. So
she's holding on to it.
You got to look. in the heat of the moment, if she gets hungry and she don't want to miss nothing, she don't have to go to concessions.
That's
she
true.
Just
she
picks
could just
her
stop
bone up
gnawing right
down
on her
own
neck
seat.
bone.
Well, Rick Deezel might have.
Hey.
We Tease Treats might be taking a hit, Dave. I would hate for Trista to get wise to you, giving her that bone, and oh Lord, and creating a dent in the.
I've been told that concession stand has some of the best French fries anywhere.
Oh,
Every time I go over there, they're always
absolutely.
I want some of them French fries. I had them one time.
Trust me, they do.
Yeah.
They got some of the best hot dog chili I've ever had too. So we have
funnel cakes.
Yeah, man, to die for. Absolutely. All right,
give Martinsville a run for it.
Oh boy, them's fighting words right there, Bobby. I don't know. You talking about Martinsville Speedway hot dogs?
No, I'm saying
I gotta agree with you. I gotta agree with you, Matt. We might have to tag team up, and we'll get old Bobby for saying something like that.
Oh, I was being complimentary. I mean, they're both great, but hers is not bad either.
So if you
can't beat Martinsville,
if you're friends with me on Facebook, get ready, because the over-under contest for the spring race is going to be happening in a couple of weeks. It's going to be, and we'll get back to wrestling real quick, but just so you know, it's 3 of us going this year, me, my wife, and my nephew. And I'll post something about placing the over-under. I believe Reggie won for the fall race. He guessed close.
Is this another event you're telling us you're not going to be at? Is this what we're hearing here?
Oh, I've already arranged it with management, dude.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that you didn't. I'm just asking. So we're missing you another weekend.
I'll be back on April 23rd to the live event.
Right.
So,
all right, we'll hold it down in your without your absence.
Well, I appreciate it. It certainly got wild this past Saturday night, but we'll get to that. Let's go through the announcements here. Our friends at WDWA Pro Wrestling have a big event coming up Saturday, March 26th. Of course, at their usual location, Custom Creations. That's 605B Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Again, that's Saturday, March 26th. Bell time is at 6 p.m. Doors open at 5 p.m. If you'd like information or ticket reservations, you can give them a call at 681-247-2460. Again, that telephone number one more time, 681-247-2460 for WDWA Pro Wrestling coming your way Saturday night, March 26th. That's this Saturday. And the bell time again at 6 p.m. there in Martinsburg. Also coming up tomorrow night at the Gypsy Joe Arena, 106 Southside Drive in Tacoma, Tennessee. Doors open at 6 p.m. Bell time is at 8:05. Again, they always pop me with that old TBS starting 5 minutes after the hour. All tickets, $10. Kids 5 and under free. It's March Madness, week 4. Brutal Bob Evans, easy for me to say, versus Cousin Condry. Johnny Rodriguez will go up against Zach Austin. DJ Arp versus Sharp Dress Jimmy. Wildman Conga versus Tyler Thorne. And the main event, the Lost Souls versus the Wild Wolves. All those matches and plenty more action on the way. That's tomorrow night at the Gypsy Joe Arena in Tacoma, Tennessee. Again, doors open at 6, bell time 8:05, and all tickets are $10. Kids 5 and under free. Am I saying the name of that town right, Dave? You're from Tennessee. I think I got it right. Tacoma?
No, Tullahoma.
Tullahoma. All right. So say
look at the spelling. Tulla. Tulla.
Mm-hmm.
The last word, Homa. Tullahoma.
Yeah, well,
that makes total sense to me. Like Tully Blanchard, Tullahoma.
Well,
get it together, Matt Carter. Jesus already.
Don't you guys get on my back. Smilin Diamond Dave, you've been all over this country a million times over. I mean, and especially in the South, you can't never really be sure how something's pronounced until you ask one of the locals.
The reason I know how to pronounce it so well is in my younger days when I played softball.
Mm-hmm.
We went to quite a few championship tournaments in Tullahoma, Tennessee, and played ball there. So, with Billy Ray Cyrus as a sponsor, I'll throw that in there.
Wow. Okay. It's a little bit of name dropping never hurt nobody. All right, so moving right along. Our friends at Tennessee All-Star Wrestling or All Pro Wrestling. Tennessee All Pro Wrestling. Sorry, look at the graphic, Matt. Present Rush. That's coming up this Saturday night. Big weekend of independent wrestling all across the area at the Victory Center. That's 5542 Manchester Highway, Morrison, Tennessee. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Bell time 7:30. Very affordable there. As you can see, adults $8, children 6 to 12, $6. 5 and under are free. And again, that is Tennessee All Pro Wrestling. They present Rush this Saturday night, March 26th at the Victory Center. That address one more time, 5542 Manchester Highway, Morrison, Tennessee. Again, doors at 6:30, bell at 7:30. Adults 8, kids 6, 5 and under free. And we always want to thank Tennessee All Pro Wrestling. They're one of the oldest AIWF affiliates, and we're always glad to talk about them. Here's our friends up in Bluefield at Premier Wrestling League, PWL. Our guy Paparazzi was on this program just a few weeks ago. They've got a big show coming up this Saturday night. Notice the bell time here is a little different. 9:15 p.m. excuse me, at the Green Valley Skating Rink, 469 Airport Road in Bluefield. All the stars will be in action. This show, of course, in memory of Joseph Allen O'Mara, who passed away back on March 12th. Tickets are $12, but look at this, folks. You can skate and watch the wrestling for $18. So that's why the bell time's so late, is because they do have open skating on Saturday night. So if you want to go early and skate a few times around the rink and then stay for the wrestling, you can certainly do that. Or if you just want to go,
that is a night of family-friendly fun right there. Go skating and watch some pro wrestling. And you get to see Paparazzi wear his pink jersey. That by itself was worth the price of admission anywhere. This is awesome.
And also to mention, it's going for a great cause.
Yes,
in
definitely.
the memory of Joseph that passed away. So, folks, if you're in the area, be sure to attend this show.
I agree.
Help them guys out.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Could not agree more. And of course, they're our friends. They helped us. We ended up having a big 3-day AIWF 30th anniversary celebration, thanks to them running on the Friday night before our Saturday show.
Sure was. A lot of wrestlers pick up a booking and a payday they wouldn't have got. That was awesome.
Yes, it was. Check this one out. Also Saturday night at the Southeastern Agricultural Center, 1027 US 74, that's alternate route, in Lumberton. ACW Tag Team Championship on the line as the champions QCA defend against Playa and Mickey Fulp.
Smilin, hillbilly drunk.
That picture looks like it's a few years old to me, Smilin Diamond Dave and Mickey Fulp. I don't know about you guys.
Oh yeah, he's uglier than that now. Drinking does that to you. It makes you age. He's uglier than that now.
What is he doing? That Vulcan death grip right with that? What is that? We come in peace. What is that?
I think that's the Vulcan thing. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, it looks like I'm different, and don't know no better. But
Lord,
come on,
it's called Carolina Mayhem 3, and the doors open at 6 p.m. Bell time 7:15. General admission is $10. Again, that's the ACW Tag Team Championship on the line at Carolina Mayhem 3. I couldn't find any other matches. Doing a quick search for this, but
I don't know about that agricultural center, but Lumberton has always been a great town for pro wrestling. I've done many events there. Not to cut you off there, Dave. I'm sorry about that. Hello to Mike Emerson as well in the room.
Yeah, Mike's here with us.
I understand why Mickey's got the 3 fingers up there. I'm going to enlighten you all.
Oh, okay, please.
It's called Carolina Mayhem 3.
Oh,
he was probably too drunk that he couldn't say Carolina Mayhem, so he was able to get the 3 fingers up.
3.
So we need you to take a picture to promote this show, and you're saying all he could do was hold up the 3 fingers. For those of you listening on iTunes or Spotify or wherever, I strongly encourage you to seek out this poster. It's very interesting looking. Again, the show takes place at the Southeastern Agricultural Center in Lumberton. That address again, 1027 US 74 alternate in Lumberton, North Carolina, or US 74A as it were. Yeah, and again, that is this Saturday night, 7 p.m. bell time. And again, the tickets are $10 for that event. Hope you will join us if you're in the Lumberton area. FGW presents April Rain, Friday, April 1st. It is at 190 North Brookwood Avenue in Hamilton, Ohio. These are our friends from Cleveland, I do believe. Front row is $12, general admission $10, doors at 6:30, bell time at 7 for the FGW Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Future Great Wrestling, the name of that promotion, if I'm not mistaken.
I take for granted everyone in that area just knows who these 4 wrestlers are because there's no name. It's this versus this versus this versus this versus this.
Yeah, so but we'll see if they update that poster within the next week. Got another guest joining us as well, Daven Estacado, I believe. Thank you so much for joining us as well.
You're welcome. It's Daven, by the way. You always butcher it every time.
I'm sorry, David. Thank you for joining us, sir. Talk to us. Since you're here, talk to us about what promotion you're with and who you're here to promote.
Everybody. I'm here with everybody. If they got a contract, they got to work. They got some commentary or some managing done. I'm going to try to be there. Lately, I've been at AIWF. I've been at 2-year shows doing commentary there, doing the live commentary for the shows, and just going up and down to North Carolina and Virginia, putting myself over. There's a gig, and I'm there for the gig.
Awesome. Well, glad to have you here on Ringside Wrestling. Feel free to jump into the conversation whenever you like, sir. So again, part of the April Rain show, tag team title match, Whole Lot of Alpha will be defending the tag team title against Monster Island. Again, this show goes down at 190 North Brookwood Avenue in Hamilton, Ohio. And that is Friday, April 1st, April Fool's Day.
I love the name of the tag team, Monster Island. For all you people out there that are movie buffs, that is the name of the island from Godzilla movies. They all came from Monster Island to fight. That's an awesome name for a tag team, Monster Island.
Nice piece of trivia.
Alpha. Yeah, they have I work in pro wrestling. I'm part geek in there somewhere.
Oh, I'd say you're more than part geek if you're working in this business. That's for sure. But I can only speak for myself, though.
Hey, I ain't mad at him.
April Rain's also a grudge match. Mitch Mangus will take on MV Pete. That is quite the clever name. I kind of like that, MV Pete.
Love that. It looks like the old school Prince Purple Rain kind of font on it.
Good artwork there. Good artwork.
It's good
and again,
looking.
April 1st, guys. All these matches take place in Hamilton, Ohio on April 1st. Here's the one that we've kind of been talking about because the poster, for those of you listening on podcast platforms, looks like the caricatures similar to The Simpsons. It's Empire Pro Wrestling, their big show coming up, Thirst for Gold on Saturday, April 30th. So still a ways away for that one. 4001 Northwest 39th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Doors open at 4. Bell time is at 5 p.m. No tickets will be sold at the door, which I think is kind of unique, but you will need to visit patreon.com/Empire Pro Wrestling OKC. I know that's a mouthful. I'll give it to you again in just a second to find out how to get tickets to this show. But again, it goes down Saturday, April 30th. Bell time is at 5 p.m. Patreon exclusive event. To attend this event, you sign up at patreon.com/Empire Pro Wrestling OKC. And that's coming your way in a few weeks, so you still got plenty of time for that. Renegade Championship Wrestling presents the Rise to Victory. This is a list of all of their shows for the rest of the year. It's at Mountain View Core of Knowledge, 890 Field Avenue, Cannon City, Colorado. So this is a new promotion that we've picked up on this week, and just listing your shows if you're in the Colorado area. I don't know where Cannon City is. Smilin, Diamond Dave, you've been all over the country. You got any idea where this town is? Is it near Denver? Is it out in the mountains? What can you
think it might be between Denver and the mountains. I try to stay out of Colorado. It's a nice place, but I don't agree with the weather up there, so I try to stay out of Colorado.
Yeah, here can be pretty rough.
Yeah, oh yeah, it can go from sunshine into a hailstorm in the same day.
I've seen a blizzard the next day.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen it. It was 85 degrees, and then we got to the airport, and I'm waiting on it, and the hailstorm started hitting the side of the glass in the airport.
Well, if you'd like more information, you can reach out, call 719-671-0728. Again, for more information in the Colorado, in the entire state of Colorado, if you'd like to see some Renegade Championship Wrestling, give them a call, 719-671-0728. I'm sure they'd love to, some people, I just got a funny comment. So
I love the logo, the RCW on the 2022. I'm sure that's their logo.
Yeah, very Western. Yeah, very Western theme there. Yeah, I like that. Awesome. Well, describing it for you folks listening to Radio Land. I can't hold it up to the microphone and show it to you.
Yep.
All right. As you know, the Rock and Roll Express is on their final tour this year, 2022. And the last chance you can see them in Mount Airy is at Deal with the Steel on August 20th, 2022 at Veterans Park in Mount Airy. We saw Ricky and Robert have a tremendous match against FTR a few weeks ago down in Spartanburg, and we are anxiously awaiting to find out who their opponents are going to be at Deal with the Steel. But we will continue to wait because we do not know yet. But the last appearance for the Rock and Roll in Mount Airy will take place at Deal with the Steel. All right. Now, moving right along. It has been announced. We brought it to you first exclusively last week on this program, and now it's out everywhere. The Star City Rollers will be inducted into the AIWF Hall of Fame this year. That's Jenny Jannetty, and, of course, Jody Osborne, the Star City Rollers out of Roanoke, Virginia. During the mid to late 2000s, I want to say like 06 to pretty much just a few years ago, were pretty dominant force in the AIWF and held the tag team championship on multiple occasions and created all kinds of grief and pain and blues and agony and every other Dusty Rhodes cliche for their opponents over the years. But the Star City Rollers are going into the Hall of Fame this year, and I think they are very, very worthy of the honor. Hey, would anybody like to make a comment about the Star City Rollers before I move on?
Once again, the sister in the middle with wearing the leopard and the outfit, she looks like a real wildcat. So if she comes out there and she wants to party, I would take her out to the steakhouse any day. Okay. I'd even buy these two jabronis with her. I mean, these guys with her a steak along with them just because they're Hall of Famers here in the AIWF.
Well, it'll be good to see Jimmy again and see Jimmy and Jody in the same ring at the same time again. It'll be a thrill for me because I called a lot of their matches over the years, and they were a fantastic team.
And by the way, gentlemen, I'm just joking, so don't show up here and want to beat me up like everybody else does around here these days. So,
well, we're going to get to that. So, remember we told you last week about the Top Gun tournament. Well, we didn't tell you the Top Gun tournament because I don't know if I knew the name, or maybe I did. I can't remember. But anyway, so what's going to happen is very similar to March Madness. You can see the brackets on your screen here. AIWF Mid-Atlantic, Ring Wars Carolina, Excalibur Championship Wrestling, and AWS Wrestling are all hosting their own brackets. And for those of you in Radio Land, just bear with us. But there are 4 brackets. Each promotion is sending 8 people into the tournament. They'll hold the tournaments whenever they like. Honestly, as long as they get them done, their individual tournaments within the next couple of months, everything will be fine. The semifinals will be held in Mount Airy in July, and the final will be held at Deal with the Steel. So they are going to run their own tournaments. I think AIWF Mid-Atlantic is going to start ours on April 9th. Not sure about that. But as we get updates, we hope to update this bracket and bring it to you. It's the first ever AIWF Top Gun tournament presented by AIWF Network on Roku. You see there Hunter Rayner, Jim Stone, Christian Rayo, Rip Cannon, Roman McIntyre, James Anthony, Mr. Magnificent, Alex Bryant, Benny Conley, David Parrish, Jay
Malachi.
Yep, it's a lot of
Fit
people.
Boy
Yeah.
I didn't know some of these cats. I think you've seen some at Firestar Pro Wrestling, seen them down at Ring Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
these are wrestlers that are well known all throughout the Carolinas, throughout the Southeast, all over the place. Definitely, these are top notch talents anywhere.
So keep it.
Then you go on the other side to Playa and Mickey Pope.
So does anybody know? I mean, does it come down at the end to the best one wrestler from each promotion, or is it multiple wrestlers from each promotion that will come down into where I guess at the final?
Yeah, pretty much. So each promotion has their own bracket, and I'm finding out now via messenger. Thank you. XCW's tournament is going to start on April 15th in Stanley, North Carolina. So we do know that that tournament will start there. And I understand also there's going to be a replacement with that one. Shay is going to be replaced with Elijah Proctor. So my people that are handling the bracket, you take note of that. Shay down there against Kay Holiday.
This is awesome.
That needs to be replaced with Elijah Proctor. So I guess we know who the XCW bracket is.
I really don't think there's ever been a tournament like this ever done in the Indies. I'm never around here anywhere. I know that. This is phenomenal. I can't wait to see how this ends.
A lot of prestige. If this thing's successful, it'll become an annual thing and may even get bigger
for other tournaments to come. Definitely. This is awesome.
Yeah. So you get to see if your local promotion, one of the local promotions taking part of this, you're going to get to see a great tournament, and then you're going to get to see it culminate at Deal with the Steel, and it's just a fantastic thing. I am really stoked for this thing to get started.
And what a good replacement. Elijah Proctor, that kid, let me tell you, he may be small, but that kid is like stacked.
Oh yeah.
Kay Holiday has his work cut out for him. Like, he can move, he has strength, speed. I've seen him train and coming in at a Firestar. Yeah, kid can go.
Should be fantastic. I cannot wait for this whole thing to start. It is just absolutely fantastic. But that's the Top Gun tournament, and we will have more information for you as it becomes available in the weeks to come. Now we get to our big story of the week. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we have a new AIWF Mid-Atlantic champion. His name is Kevin Phoenix. And so, wow, I don't know what to tell you here. It's, of all the things I expected to happen, this was not one of them. I mean, I knew Kevin had a title shot, but wow, man, things really, really went crazy at the show. I don't know how to start this. Smilin, Daven, Dave, we talked about this. So I guess the only thing to do is really get into it and address the bull in the room. AIWF Mid-Atlantic champion Nate Diamond had signed the contract for this match. But then I think the best way I can put it is elected not to come to the show and defend the title. Would that be correct?
Yes.
All right. So having said that, that kind of forced your hand. And so just so the folks know, we're trying to procure the tapes of this incident from the AIWF. All we have is a couple of still shots that one of our fans was gracious enough to send me. Thank you so much. And they went up on Instagram too. But they have decided not to release the tapes yet. I am in negotiations with the AIWF right now to release those tapes so we can bring them to the people on this show, hopefully next week. Are you listening? But kind of walk us through what happened, Dave. Joey Nuggs, you were a part of this too, but it was really a strange set of circumstances, was it not?
Well, let's start. Like you said, Matt, let's address the bull in the room. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start what set this match up. A month and a half ago, the match was signed. between Kevin Phoenix and Nate Diamond. Nate signed the contract in my presence.
Mm-hmm.
So did Kevin Phoenix. We publicized this. We advertised this show. It was a go. It was the go. And the day before the show, we found out that Nate decided to forego his obligation to the AIWF Mid-Atlantic and the contract he had signed as the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. And he decided to go to the Bahamas. Let's just be honest. I'm not going to pull no punches. As a business aspect, Nate forced my hand. As a business decision, I had no choice but to strip Nate Diamond of the title and to fire Nate Diamond. He had an obligation as a champion. I understand there's decisions to make for family and wrestling and other decisions to make. But if you was not going to fulfill your obligation, you should never enlisted in the match for the AIWF Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. If you weren't going to make it or didn't think you might be able to make it, why sign the contract? I think is what you're getting at, right?
Yes. And you know, my hand was forced as a business decision. I did what I did on a professional level. It is no secret that I don't like Nate Diamond, and we've had our war of words. We've had our arguments. This, folks, I want to underline, I want to capitalize every letter in what I'm getting ready to say. This was a business decision. This had nothing to do with me and Nate's past quarrels, squabbles, whatever you want to call it. It was the best decision on the AIWF Mid-Atlantic, and I feel like I made the right decision. Fans are going to disagree with me like they always do, but that's fine, because if you're going to be a champion and you're going to represent the AIWF Mid-Atlantic, where I am commissioner, you're going to have to uphold your obligations as a champion and your obligation to the contracts that you sign in my presence, or the same thing will happen to the next champion that happened to Nate Diamond.
Now, for those of you watching the video portion of this program, what you're seeing here is, and I'll help the people out in radio land as well, is a triumphant Kevin Phoenix standing over Ty Tyson, who was inserted into the match so the fans in Mount Airy could have their prison yard match. Now, hopefully we can get those tapes by next week and actually show you how Kevin Phoenix won the title. But, you know, I don't want to really
watch show. We can talk about it right now. I was there. I did the commentary for that match.
Yeah. Well, I really want to focus on the circumstances surrounding Nate Diamond right now, because I think that this is a huge situation to happen. And I don't want to create with the fans the impression that Nate Diamond does not love his fans. Nate Diamond does love his fans. They mean everything to him. I have to believe, and I will let this go around the room. I want all of you to comment on it. You know, I think that maybe the pressure of being champion plus Nate, this is not the only promotion Nate wrestles in, you know, amongst other things. I mean, I get it. Life happens, whatever. But I don't want the fans to get the impression that Nate Diamond does not love you, because he adores his fans. He really does.
Well,
and I think there's
just like the Bahamas a lot better this time of year.
But Matt, let me add something to your comment, Matt. Anybody that knows me, whether it be the past wrestler of the Tennessee Violence Authority, Smilin Diamond Dave, or the commissioner of AIWF Mid-Atlantic, Smilin Diamond Dave, I don't have a lot of nice things to say about a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always said you give credit where credit's due. Not only does Nate love his fans and respect his fans, the fans love Nate. The fans respect Nate. He has got one of the I'm guessing when he was there, he had one of the biggest fan followings. Correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, in the AIWF Mid-Atlantic.
Yes, he does.
He is, and
oh yeah, the man is definitely loved by the fans. That they definitely love Nate Diamond.
I can take nothing away from Nate, Nate's talent, Nate's ability, but I know that things go on in life, things go on in wrestling. But like I said, you got to get your priorities straight before you make a final decision and sign your name to a paper.
Do you see a path back for Nate Diamond, Smilin Diamond Dave? Is there a way that he could convince you to bring him back in the future on down the line?
Well, I'm going to put it this way, Matt. Yes, I did fire Nate Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
But if he can make it truthfully, honestly, and uphold his obligations that he makes, I'm not saying that he won't be welcome back, and I'm not going to say that he will be welcome back. But the ball's in his court, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
I made the decision. I made the professional business decision that I had to make. And now the ball's in his court. He's got to make the decision that he wants to make.
Yeah, absolutely. So real quick, this was a concerted effort, gentlemen that were there, everybody in this room that was there. And I promise you guys, I got the classic wrestling match that we're going to see tonight, but real quick, there was a lot of interference in this match, so to speak. And as a matter of fact, I have been told that there was one fan at ringside that became so enraged, she actually came out of her wheelchair.
Yeah, I heard about that. See that we healed the crippled that day, Dave. It was awesome, brother.
I was thinking about.
Well, we healed the crippled.
She should be giving us some money on her therapy bill. Good Lord.
Well, we healed the crippled that she was well enough to walk around the barrier, walk to the corner of the ring, pick up the kendo stick, and she had one thing on her mind.
It was
and
death.
At the time, there was 3 people in the ring at this time when this happened. That was myself, Kevin Phoenix, Ty Tyson.
Yeah.
And as you see in the picture that you've got posted, Ty Tyson was in no position for anybody to want to get a hold of him. And I was told it was stated that she had every intentions of whooping, and excuse my French, Kevin Phoenix and Commissioner's ass with that kendo stick.
Yeah.
She would have done it too.
She could have got to him.
Yeah, that's the bad part.
So Kevin Phoenix and his stooges in the ring, I shouldn't say it that way, accomplices, have healed the crippled. So if you get a call from that preacher on TV, Benny Hinn, sometime in the next week offering you a lucrative deal to come help him out, don't be surprised, because the crippled have walked at AIWF Wrestling. That's the first time I know of a full-blown miracle being performed. Although I don't know that I
crippled. We bring titles to champions. We take down beasts. It was a beautiful thing.
Well, and it
also, God, Matt, where were you at? You missed a night of wrestling adventure that you should have never missed. And by the way, David, the presentation of the dollar bill, I'm going to make sure it's a beautiful one for you, sir.
Well, we are still negotiating with the AIWF commissioners and everything to try to get the tapes released. There's so much controversy surrounding this match. But we want you to be able to see it, and we want to be able to talk through it in more detail. And so there's an advertisement for, let me stop sharing. There's an advertisement for next week. But the special surprise that I've got for you, has everybody, I don't know if everybody has heard the rumor. Has everybody heard the legend of the AIWF, the time that somebody threw a prosthetic leg to Rick Deezel during a match to assist him?
Yes. Do we have this footage?
Yes, we do. We're going to talk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk
out there in video land. You're enjoying this, but the podcast people, we might have to enjoy it without you on this one.
Well, no,
you're not going to see the action. You're going to have to describe the action.
What we're going to do is, if I can get this thing pulled up here, just bear with me a second. If we can, we're going to talk over it because I don't want. I want us to describe it, and I don't want to leave the people in radio land out as we discuss this match, because it is a thing of legend in AIWF history. So, all right, so let's get it pulled up here. And actually, if you want to hear this on natural sound, the natural sound with the original commentary with myself, Dr. Bill Payton, and some unknown person, you can search classics Rick Deezel versus Neal Leathers, June 1997 on YouTube if you want to see this match with the original audio. And I don't want to play the audio here either because there's a copyright issue and all that kind of stuff. So let's take a look at it. We'll talk over it. Can you guys see it?
Yes, we can see it.
All right, now notice the graphic right here. It's very, very funny. All right, see Rick Deezel versus Neal Leathers.
Retro graphic with the classics is awesome.
Look what it says: artificial leg drop. So we take you back to 1997. Now it says June 15th, but I think this is actually in August, if I'm not mistaken, because I had just turned 21, and I know my birthday is in August, and the people at Hobo's Nightlife, I don't know if that nightclub is still there, but this is Statesville, North Carolina. We did this show on a Thursday night, and myself and Don Carson drove down there from the TV show in Mount Airy in pouring rain down I-70.
I remember Hobo's.
Yeah. Okay. So you remember Hobo's. It's not there anymore, is it?
No.
Okay. So Neal Leathers is in the ring right now. Famed referee Don Hopkins is going to be your official for this. And on the way to the ring shortly, here he comes, Rick Deezel. And as you can see, there's not a lot of people in the bar on a Thursday night, and even less of them were interested in the wrestling. But there were a few people that were interested in the wrestling and were yelling at us from the pool tables.
This is awesome.
And you can see, you're going to see how very interested they became in this matchup as we move through it here. And Rick Deezel getting ready to go. And now he and Neal Leathers at the time were involved in a brutal feud. I mean, just having the wildest matches all over. This is when the AIWF toured all over North Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia. And everywhere we went, these two were tearing the house down. So in your Wayback Machine, 1997, Rick Deezel with that famous mullet. And look at that, man. No scientific wrestling. They're at a bar, and they're going to fight like they're fighting over some skis in the corner. So love it. Comments, gentlemen, as we watch this.
First off, Rick Deezel, you look awesome. The mullet looks awesome, and I'm loving the old school light in the middle of the ring. Real old school feeling makes the wrestling match even more for the fans to see. That's awesome. You guys are going all building too. This is awesome, Rick. Kick his ass, Rick. Yeah, kick his ass.
What a lot of people don't realize about Rick Deezel is he was a very, very tough, competitor. He did what it took. Those saying he pulled no punches. I've been in the ring with him more than once. Me and Don's been in the ring with him more than once. And Rick Deezel is back in the day, he was somebody that you didn't want standing across the ring from you when he had a beef with you.
No, not at all. Not at all. And
because he went to all extent to do every possible thing in his will, regardless of how crazy, how weird. He went to all extents to hurt you in any way he could.
I think the expression Smilin, Daven Dave might be he asked no quarter, but also gave none.
That's right.
Yeah, and you can see him tossing Neal Leathers around. And I'm not kidding you, man. These two battles.
This is really an awesome match.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the
best. Kicked him right in the mush.
There was not many times that one of these two would leave these matches hurt. You know, I mean, this was in a bitter feud. I can't overstate it enough. And for those of you who are listening on the podcast platforms, go out of your way to go on our Facebook page, go on YouTube so you can see this match. You can see us talk about it, or you can pull up the original version on YouTube. You know, just search, classics Rick Deezel versus Neal Leathers. Yeah, I know, right?
Geez. Oh yeah, and I got to tell you, you gotta love the see-through fishnet.
I was wondering what he was wearing.
Oh yeah, that's the old school
sheer,
fishnet.
Man.
Yeah, that's the sheer old school fishnet they used to wear. Man, they used to have those tank tops. Man, I'm gonna tell you, look at it. You get a hot summer's day, you wish you had one of those sheer tank tops. It's enough to get this. It's enough to pick up some perspiration, but it still give you a little breeze.
Well, that's the only thing Neal Leathers could wear, so people would look at him because he was so daggone ugly. Nobody'd look at him. And the only reason they looked at him then was that shirt on.
Comes the chair. Oh, Rick. Oh,
the only reason they looked at him then when he had the shirt on was because they was trying to figure out why he was too stupid to put it on and come out in.
So for those of you who don't know,
I beat him up like he owes him money. Hit him with the chair across the back and I whacked him across the head.
For those
He's taking his shirt off now, ready to get down to business.
Yeah, Neal taking his shirt off. And for those of you who don't know why Smilin Daven Dave is speaking so harshly of Neal Leathers, let me bring you up to speed. The TVA hated Neal Leathers with a passion. I don't know if any of them tried to hit him with a car, but if they didn't, that was the only thing they didn't try to do to put him out of wrestling.
It looked like he didn't shower much. He probably
Matt,
quite
I want you to do your homework. I want you to go back in the archives. I want you to find the chair shot heard around the world.
That is on the Mid-Atlantic Facebook page somewhere in the videos. It's there.
You need to find it.
And you will find out. And it only involves change, but you will find out how bad that the TVA disliked this imbecile.
Yeah, and this was before that happened. So this match took place about 6 months before the chair shot heard around the world. I'll see if I can't dig that up. Maybe if we can get the tapes for next week of Kevin Phoenix's match, and maybe I can dig up the clip of that. I'd love to see that entire match between Neal and Brian Danzig. Look at that.
Yeah.
Rick Deezel just bouncing a chair.
Yeah, just throwing a chair out and bouncing, kick his ass, Rick. Get him again with it. Oh, that ref's a bum. Get that jabroni ref out.
Don Hopkins, he took a beating in the AIWF over the years. I remember seeing him. Awesome. He refereed a bull rope match between Jackie Anderson.
Oh, that was nice.
And Don made the mistake of stepping over the bull rope and not keeping his foot on one of them, and so the bull rope got yanked up, and Don almost got castrated. So, but Don Hopkins was a great referee in his time. He took quite the beating. So keep your eyes open. It's going to happen anytime now. somebody is going to yell at Rick Deezel and ask him if they want to, if he wants to use their leg. And Deezel obliged the guy, and it happened so fast. I want you to.
I don't know how this comes up in the fans.
Look, here it is. All right,
hey, man, you want to use my leg, man? Rick's like, hell yeah, throw it up here, brother. I'm down, whatever.
Yeah, here it is. Watch this. Like,
Get it right.
He said, if you take it off, I'll use it. You can hear that on the audio. Look at that. Here it comes.
Oh, my God, this is awesome. Take his ass. We'll get it with the leg.
Wham.
Oh, yeah. Now, yeah.
I know that thing looks hollow.
He kicked him with it.
I know that thing looks hollow, but it's a real prosthetic leg, and it weighed like 50 pounds.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be solid enough to hold someone's weight while they're walking on it. So it's definitely a solid real leg. Definitely.
And so there is the famous artificial leg drop incident. Yeah, a lot of the young kids, when we tell them this story, don't believe it, and I get it, man. If I hadn't been there, I wouldn't believe it myself.
We need to bring this. We need to bring the prosthetic leg back for a match, Rick Deezel. If you're listening out there, Radio Land, we need to bring back the leg.
And I'm gonna tell you, Neal Leathers showed me his back the following. I don't know if we had a show the next Saturday night or if it was a week after, but he showed me his back, and those shots he took pulled up a big knot on his back that turned purple. I mean, so, I know that thing looked hollow, and I didn't think it hurt him that bad at first, but when he showed me the bruise several days later, I was like, oh my God.
He whacked him with that thing.
I'm telling you, Rick Deezel and Neal Leathers, what Smilin, Daven Dave kind of told you about Rick Deezel's skill set in the ring, you were just in a controlled fight most of the time. Is that right, Dave? When you went up against Rick Deezel, it was just Katie bar the door.
I don't know if you want to say controlled or not, because he had no control. He went absolutely berserk. If he had a beef with you, it was madman mayhem. I mean, there was one thing on his mind. One of two things. He was going to get his tail whooped, I'll be nice, or he was
yeah, nice.
That was gnarly, wasn't it?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what it took.
For the fans watching at home, Rick Deezel just leg dropped Neal Leathers while his throat was across the second rope and knocked him out of the ring. But look at Neal battle back. And if you notice, there have been no pinfall attempts in this match so far. And now Neal's jawing with the guy that Rick Deezel the prosthetic leg right there as he, smashes his coconuts on the ring post. And again, if you'd like to see this with the original sound, just search it on YouTube. And it's Classics Rick Deezel versus Neal Leathers. If you search that on YouTube. And you can hear the natural sound, which was crazy. A bunch of howling barflies that night.
We need to get this up in the network. This is just awesome.
Yeah, we'd like to get a lot of things on the network, but we've already covered that for tonight. So
let's just be honest. It might get worse. He is now your new AIWF Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. So it could get worse.
I would hope it would get better because he's normally just features his own matches on there. So now that he's a champion, we've got a better chance of getting more shows on. Look,
we'll get more main events on the network.
I don't know if I would call that a drop kick to the head or just a kick to the kick to the head. First,
I call it brutal.
Don Hopkins even paused because that was the first pinfall attempt of the match. And I don't think he was ready for the match to end, but it did. Rick Deezel victorious right there in the classic from Hobo's Nightlife in Statesville, North Carolina. Rick Deezel.
That was just awesome.
Neal Leathers. Yeah. Thoughts from our new guy. What do you think, sir? What do you think of that classic AIWF action from back in the 90s?
I think he's talking to you, David.
Yeah, David, I'm talking to you. What'd you think?
That was a good look at the Wayback Machine there. Classic stuff. I'll go do some homework and go look back at some other matches there.
Man,
I know you want to study Rick Deezel. I'm telling you, we enjoyed your match, sir. I'm not telling you just because you're the boss man. I'm telling you, if it was BS, it was BS. That was awesome. When you came out there with the mullet and kicked him in the freaking mug, and they grabbed that prosthetic leg and beat the brakes off with it. We need to have a prosthetic leg on a pool match. Something like that. It would be awesome.
Oh no, that's gonna happen now.
Something in tribute to the leg. Bring out the leg.
I'm sorry, it'd have to be a big pole to hold the person that's got the prosthetic leg while they sit up there and you climb up there and take it off of them.
Well,
what if even better?
What if the prosthetic leg was in the toolbox? You know, the AIWF toolbox match is infamous for stuff that don't belong in a toolbox coming out of it. So
you got to get a pin after you whack the guy in the head with a prosthetic leg. That would be awesome. We
had to have one of them roller type toolboxes for that to get in.
Lord have mercy. Well,
big
folks,
toolbox match.
We're about out of time for this week. Now, I want to thank everybody for joining the panel. You guys are always welcome here. And we want you to join up again with us next week. We are going to push very hard to get our hands on the tapes of the actual match between Kevin Phoenix and Ty Tyson. Now, I'm not going to show all of it to you because I want you to get the AIWF network on Roku, and that's where it will ultimately be displayed in its entirety. But I do want to show you the circumstances around the title change. And maybe if we could, Smilin Diamond Dave's comments about Nate Diamond before the match and kind of just set the stage and give the people an idea that we're not able to be with us, what exactly happened. So the negotiations are ongoing with that. I'm working really hard on getting that done. And I will try to fish out another classic match by perusing the internet and seeing what I can find for you guys. But again, if you want to see that match with the natural sound, the way it actually happened in 1997, just go on YouTube and search classics Rick Deezel versus Neal Leathers 1997. And you might be able to find it by just searching Rick Deezel versus Neal Leathers. So
you might just look up majestic mullet. It was gorgeous, Rick. I loved it. It just was. Man, always loved the mullet. It's business in the front and party in the back.
And
it needs to make a comeback.
It is making a comeback.
I'm going to grow a mullet just for the hell of it.
I saw a high school kid at the Kannapolis Cannonballers game the other night, or actually it was the Charlotte 49ers baseball game the other night in Kannapolis. That had a mullet to die for. I wish I could have got my phone out fast enough to take a picture of it. They featured him on the big screen, but the mullet is on the way back. No doubt about it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this week's edition of AIWF Ringside Wrestling. It'll be up shortly on YouTube and all your favorite podcast platforms. For everybody on the panel, I'm going to just say it'll be easier to do. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you right here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, I am Mad Matt Carter saying thank you for joining us. And until next time, so long for now.
Good night.
See ya.